Been stood here, that gives you the right to...
If we find drugs in this premises, yes, and you are in this premises, when we find drugs, then yes, that would give me the suspicion that you may well be in possession of drugs.
Even though I've told you why I'm here for a completely legitimate reason.
Tell us a lot of things. You may say you're here
as you can see, I've got my GoPro on the tripod, ready to interview someone about CBD products, as you can see here. My phone's there charging, so I can obviously film on that if this dies. I'm not doing anything illegal by being here.
Just gonna put that there.
You're not doing anything illegal by just being here, no. I appreciate that.
And I've told you my legitimate reason for being here, so you've got no reason to suspect me or have any suspicion that I'm doing anything else other than what I've just told you.
You haven't given me your name.
I don't have to give you my name.
So how am I able to confirm if you are here for legitimate purposes?
Mike, at the moment he's indicated there's some drugs in this bag.
How would me giving my name then...
Fella, listen to me, okay?
I'm listening to you, yeah?
Okay, we are here to arrest this gentleman. He's been arrested for a drugs offence. Yeah, just come out of the way for us, please.
This officer's logic is completely upside down. He openly admits Nathan isn't committing any crime, yet still tries to invent suspicion by suggesting that if drugs are discovered inside the business, Nathan must somehow be involved. That is not how reasonable suspicion works. It must come from a person's own behavior, not simply being near someone under investigation. Nathan was there for a legitimate purpose, conducting an interview about CBD products. The officer even acknowledged that. But instead of stopping there, he doubles down with the line, "How would I know you're here for a legitimate reason?" That statement alone proves he doesn't understand the law. Nathan doesn't have to prove innocence. The officer must prove lawful grounds to suspect him. The moment the officer admitted Nathan wasn't doing anything illegal, any legal justification for suspicion disappeared.
Being here is not enough suspicion.
Well, based on our intelligence that this gentleman here is supplying controlled drugs, not just being in possession of them, but he's a supplier of controlled drugs, and you are here with him, would then to me suggest there may be suspicion that you have been supplied drugs by him. Well, that is it.
If you search me, I don't consent to it, and I'll be taking legal action too.
So we're in the middle of an investigation at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Which we've got every right to do. Got a magistrate's warrant. We're on premise. All signed. Don't worry, you can have copies of that, as you well know. You can have all signed.
Wet signed.
Where is it? Like, can we see it before you proceed?
All signed.
Can we see?
All signed.
Yeah.
The power to search is here. It's all sorted, and we're quite happy to share that.
Yeah, can we see it now? Like,
Right. So
can we see that signature now? Like,
we've got that. Not yet.
Not yet.
But it's up at a different premises. So
surely, before you're doing all this, you should have to show that, because what if it's not signed?
No, the warrant. There might be some confusion. The warrant isn't for this premises. The warrant is home address.
Confidential to you, really.
So that's what the warrant is for. Obviously, this shop was open, which is why we've come in this morning and arrested the gentleman. Alright, so we don't need a warrant to be here now, because after being arrested, we have a power to search under Section 32.
This whole interaction shows just how chaotic and ill-informed the officer's actions were. The second officer tries to justify entering a private business by throwing around the word warrant. But when Nathan calmly asks to see it, he admits the warrant is for the owner's home, not the shop. That makes it completely irrelevant here. Then the plainclothes officer jumps in, insisting they don't need a warrant because the shop is open and they can search under Section 32 apace. But Section 32 only allows police to search the immediate area of an arrested suspect for evidence related to that specific offense, and only within narrow limits. It doesn't apply to random bystanders or innocent people simply present at the scene like Nathan.
I'll go around to his premises too, while you're searching.
You won't be able to go in there because that's totally different.
Yeah.
At the moment, because you're like secure, right? We don't know whether you'll take anything into that warrant or whatever. So no, you won't be allowed access there.
Whoever he is to you, friend, colleague, just a business acquaintance,
No,
whatever.
Just my friends.
Okay.
As far
He's been arrested for a drugs-related offence in terms of supplying drugs. Okay, so surely from that you can understand why I might suspect you may have been here. You may, I'm not saying you are, but you may have been here in order to be supplied drugs.
Yeah, I can understand that.
If I satisfy myself that that's not the case, then you won't be searched. All I said to you was, if you need to be searched, I've told you the powers in which we would do them. But if you don't, then you won't be.
Like I'm saying, you don't have reasonable grounds. The only reasonable grounds you've got is suspicion.
So those reasonable grounds aren't yours to form, mate. They're mine. Okay.
Oh yeah, but then it's also you that'll be in the shit, so to speak.
Well, maybe, but that doesn't concern you then, does it? If I'm in the shit.
His reasoning is genuinely shocking. He assumes that because the shop owner has been arrested for drug supply, anyone inside must automatically be involved. That isn't reasonable suspicion. That's guilt by proximity. Being in the same location as an alleged offense does not create legal grounds to suspect someone. When Nathan challenges this, the officer smugly responds, "Those reasonable grounds aren't yours. They're mine." That perfectly exposes his mindset. He equates power with correctness. But reasonable suspicion isn't based on personal feelings. It is a strict legal standard meant to protect the public from arbitrary police actions.
This helps you ground some more, just to give you some more information. There are some what look like medicinal cannabis, but there's also what in this bag and possession, what might not be. Just if that creates any more grounds for yourself.
Okay.
I'd be quite happy.
I'll have a stick in the bag and then.
So,
I'd be quite happy that.
So, on your opinion of something not being lawful, that would be enough
for the offence that's been investigated at the moment, okay, and for what someone's been arrested for, and for what's been located on this premise at the moment.
So, what's giving you the reasonable grounds to think that it's illegal, and what you found? Because
I don't need to go into what I found. I'll just say what's on the premise at the moment.
So you found some medical cannabis that's legal.
Well, I'm happy to detain you, okay, for lawful
Alright, what's your
section
name?
23 Misuse of Drugs Act. My name at the moment is Acting Sergeant John Dillon, and I'm based at the Eastfield Police Station.
Alright, what's your collar number?
It's 1077 is my collar number.
The acting sergeant steps in, saying the owner had medicinal cannabis and possibly something else. That one word might destroy the basis for any search. The law doesn't operate on maybe. Uncertainty isn't suspicion. If an officer isn't sure whether something is illegal, that is not grounds to detain anyone. Yet instead of acknowledging how weak that is, the sergeant subtly escalates and detains Nathan under Section 23. Ridiculous. Nathan wasn't seen with drugs. He wasn't behaving suspiciously. And even the supposed evidence wasn't confirmed as illegal. It was a legal leap with zero foundation.
Okay, I like to define my ethnicity. I define myself as white and British. Can I get your ethnicity, please?
Whatever you can see. What do I look like?
No, it's what we like to ask people. You can refuse if you like.
I don't answer any questions, to be fair, but what do I look like to you?
Okay, you do have the right to have a copy of the stop search certificate if you wish to do so. That's later, but I can explain. I can also explain if you wish to complain and how you can go about doing that.
No,
obviously, everything that we're doing is it's being on record. It's on body worn, and I can see your recording there as well. I'm quite happy for you to hold that body worn camera. Nothing sharp, no.
Nothing. My headphones.
Thank you. If you just turn around for me, please.
That was search inside pocket, mate.
Oh yeah, I can. Thanks for pointing that out for me. I don't want my face on social media, buddy.
You don't have that sort of right, I'm afraid.
Right, just point it that way.
I can point it wherever I want. I don't want my face all over your videos, but yeah, here I am.
But that's not going public, is it?
No, but I've got permission of the shop owner to be here filming, which trumps whatever you...
This is where Nathan completely outsmarts them. When told to stop filming and turn his camera away, Nathan calmly points out that he has permission from the shop owner. That alone crushes the officer's demand. This is private property open to the public, and the owner granted Nathan full consent to record. That permission outranks any personal preference the officers might have. This isn't about courtesy, it's about legal rights. The officer clearly had no understanding of the law he was attempting to enforce.
Alright, I'm going to ask you to leave if that's alright. You can't stay because we're going to go through a search now, so this is actually a crime scene at the moment of which we're going to be looking through. I can't leave you in the crime scene, so I'll be asking you to leave.
I can't literally stand here now?
No.
Because that's what the owner wanted. He wanted me to stand here and just to make sure that, I won't interfere.
Obviously, you're going to have to leave the premises now.
I can't even stand by the door and...
You can be outside, but you can't
public
be in
place,
here.
that'll be a public place.
So I think in fairness, I take it as your friend, isn't he?
Yeah.
Telling you. I think in fairness to him, he's the one in the cell, isn't he now? Right, he's under arrest. You were here when he was under arrest. Normally I wouldn't tell you that, because he'd have no right to know it.
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Because you were present at the time, then you know it, don't you? But from here on in, it's an investigation now, right? And we can't be frustrated in doing that. And I just don't mean having someone filming. I mean the fact that if we find something, then it's a matter for him to account for it, because you're not under arrest, so you're free to leave. So I'd ask you to leave now, please, as we get...
Is that a request, though, or is that an order?
What did I say?
Calling the place a crime scene doesn't automatically give him authority to eject everyone, certainly not someone lawfully present with the owner's approval. Police must formally secure the premises under PACE, or get a lawful order backed by specific powers like Section 19. They didn't have that here. Nathan's question is a request or an order is exactly right. If it's a request, he can refuse. If it's an order, they must justify it in law. The vague claim that he was frustrating the investigation has zero legal weight. It was pressure, not procedure. And they knew it.
I ask you to leave, please, because we're in the middle of investigation.
And I can say no to that, can I?
Not really.
Not really, or...
Yeah, because, no, you can't.
What happens if I do say no?
You'll be obstructing.
You're obstructing him.
So I do have to, it's
Well, I'm
not just a request, is it?
That's how you want to... I'm asking you nice and politely.
If you're asking me though, then it's like I've got a choice to say yes or no, innit?
Your mate's under arrest, right? I'm asking you to leave the premises,
And open
please.
it up.
Okay?
And like I'm saying, do I lawfully have to do that? Or is that just a request?
I'm asking you to leave the
Because
premises.
the way that you're
I'm asking
wording
you to
it...
leave the premises at this point.
Was it honest person?
No, we'll just...
The way that you're wording it though, it's like
So
I've got a choice in
I'm
it.
asking you to leave the premises at this point, please.
Alright, yep,
Okay.
no worries, I'll grab my stuff.
Thank you.
What's your name?
You don't need to know my name, pal.
So, no, this phone, I know you've unlocked it.
Do you want me to show you our fingerprint as well?
If
Just
you
to
could,
double, just
Whose
to...
fingerprint would put us
Just
Who
to...
has access to that?
Me.
Or,
No
or
one
both
else.
of you?
No, this is my phone.
Is it?
Why would we both have access to a phone?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
what sort of
I'm
a-
not being funny. I don't know you.
You don't know, you just asked a question and you don't even know why you asked.
When Nathan goes to pick up his phone, an officer grabs it like it's evidence despite having no warrant and no ground for seizure. Then comes the most absurd moment. Nathan says it's his phone, and the officer actually asks, or both of you, as if the shop owner somehow shares access to Nathan's private mobile. Nathan's response says everything. Why would we both have access to my phone? The officer's awkward reply, I don't know, shows he wasn't following procedure at all. He was guessing, randomly fishing for justification. It was policing based on impulse rather than evidence.
You're being very augmentative, aren't you?
You just searched me for no reason,
No,
and then you're whinging about being filmed and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Saying that I'm being argumentative.
The officer will explain the reasonable grounds for the search.
Is that good enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
What other stuff have you got yours? Just this?
There's that. There's me bag down here. Right.
Sorry,
I've searched this one.
You can search all you want, pal. Just get me stuff.
yeah, that's yours.
I'm not gonna. Have I
that's
caused you any problems or anything so far?
you've
Yeah.
been
So,
okay.
is that what- so I'm not,
You've asked questions.
We've been
I'm
nice.
not gonna cause you any problems. So. Oh, sorry. What's your name and number?
PC Liversidge, 1062.
Right. Thank you, mate. You'll be famous.
Thank you.
This entire situation was a showcase of confusion and unchecked authority. Nathan came to film an interview in a legitimate business and somehow ended up surrounded by officers desperately trying to spin a normal visit into criminal involvement. Every step showed uncertainty, officers unsure of their own powers, fumbling through laws they barely understood. It wasn't policing, it was panic disguised as professionalism. The plainclothes officer summed it up perfectly, relying on assumptions instead of evidence, emotion instead of law. His statement, those reasonable grounds ain't yours. They're mine, unintentionally revealed the real problem. Authority has replaced accountability. Then came the unprofessional behavior, grabbing Nathan's phone, asking foolish questions, scrambling for legal excuses that didn't exist. They weren't in control. They were hoping confusion would cover incompetence. But Nathan didn't back down. He challenged them respectfully and confidently, exposing how fragile their authority becomes when met with someone who actually knows the law. He didn't just walk out, he walked out with proof. Proof that knowledge beats intimidation. Proof that calm resistance exposes abuse faster than anger ever could. This wasn't just one bad encounter. It's a reminder why filming the police is essential. Nathan didn't just win a dispute. He defended everyone's right to hold authority accountable.